Good morning, students. I hope all are fine. So, I am Navjot Kaur, your science teacher. So, beta, your exams are already over. Now, we are going to step into the second term. So, all the best for your result. I hope everyone will get good result. So, now the first chapter of the second term is chapter number 7, that is how plants survive. So, we are going to study this chapter number 7, how plants survive. Means how plants they are able to live in environment, how they are able to survive, how they are getting all the requirements for their survival. So what are we going to study in this chapter is, first is the types of plants, how many types of plants are there, that is terrestrial, aquatic, insectivorous, non-green plants. And the next topic that we will study is uses of plants. So now open page number 76 of your book. I am reading. Plants can be found almost all over the earth. We can see different plants growing in different places, seashores, deserts, plains, and high snow covered mountains. Now, bete, plants they are found almost all over the earth. You see many plants around you. So, they can be of different types. They are we see different plants growing in different places. We are living in plain areas, so we see the plants that are growing in the plain areas. Some plants they grow in desert areas, they are different from the plain areas. Some plants they grow well in the mountain areas, so they are different from the other places. Some plants they grow in the seashores and high snow covered mountains. Look at the cactus plant and answer the questions. There is a picture of cactus plants that is given to you on this page number, and there are some questions regarding this cactus plant, so you have to answer that questions. First see the picture. This is the picture given to you on this page number. This is a cactus plant. First question related to this is, how many leaves does it have? Are you able to see any leaf on the cactus plant? No, there isn't any leaf over here. So the answer will be none. Next, what is the color of its stem? So cactus plant, it has stems, it doesn't have leaves. So what is the color of the stem over here? It is of a green color. Which part do you think carries out photosynthesis for this plant? We know that photosynthesis is carried by the green part of the plant. So which part of the cactus plant is green? That is stem. Stem will carry photosynthesis. First question was, how many leaves does it have? It doesn't have any leaf. Answer will be none. Next, what is the color of its stem? Stem is green color. Which part do you think carries out photosynthesis for this plant? So green part of the plant is stem. So stem will carry out photosynthesis for the plant. Means it will prepare food for the plant. So these are the three answers of these questions based on the cactus plant. Next topic is types of plants. Now we are going to study the types of plants. There are different types of plants depending upon the places where they grow. जिस प्लेस पे वो ग्रो करते हैं, depending upon that they are of different types of plants. First type is terrestrial. Terrestrial means plain areas पे जो grow करते हैं, they are terrestrial. There are different types of plants such as terrestrial, aquatic, insectivorous and non-green plants. First we will write about the types of plants. First are terrestrial, then aquatic, then insectivorous, and the last one is non-green plants. So we'll read about them one by one. First, we'll read about the terrestrial plants. What are terrestrial plants? Plants that grow on land are known as terrestrial plants. Land has different features such as plains, mountains, and deserts. Some parts of the land receive heavy rainfall, some moderate, and some very little. Large flat areas of land are called plains. The plants that grow on land are called terrestrial plants. जो लैंड पे ग्रो करते हैं that are called terrestrial plants. Land can be of any type. कैसे हो सकते हैं लैंड? They can be को क्या क्या फीचर्स हो सकते हैं लैंड के? लैंड प्लेन भी हो सकता है, इट कैन बी प्लेन, इट कैन बी माउंटेनियस, माउंटेन्स भी हो सकते हैं लैंड पे, एंड इट कैन बी डेजर्ट, जो डेजर्ट एरियाज होते हैं, दे ऑल कम अंडर द टेरेस्ट्रियल एरियाज. सम पार्ट्स ऑफ द लैंड दे रिसीव वेरी हैवी रेनफॉल, किसी पार्ट पे ज्यादा रेनफॉल होती है. सम दे रिसीव मॉडरेट रेनफॉल एंड सम पार्ट्स ऑफ द लैंड दे रिसीव वेरी लिटिल रेनफॉल. Large flat areas of land they are called plains, as we are living on plains. हम plain area पे रह रहे हैं because this is a flat area. Is there any hills in our areas? No, there isn't any hills. So it is a flat area where we are living. So these are called plains. Lands higher than plains are called mountains. जो plains से ज़्यादा higher height पे होते हैं that are called mountain areas. Like you go in hilly areas. There in Shimla side, they are the mountain areas. Mountains are generally colder than the plains. Here temperature is high, but when we go to the hilly areas, their temperature is very low. यहाँ पे गर्मी होती है तो वहाँ पे ठंड होती है. Dry lands that receive very little rainfall are called the deserts. ये तो हो गया. One is about plain areas. We have read कि here where we are living, that is the plain area, that is the flat area. Then we go to the mountain side, that is the mountain area, जहाँ पे hills हैं. Then we come to the areas that receive very little rainfall, that is the desert area, Rajasthan side. Dry lands that receive very little rain are called the deserts, that are also called dry lands. Dry lands क्यों बोलते हैं उन्हें बेटे? Because it receives very little rainfall, that is why it is called dry land. We find different kinds of plants in different areas because plants need to adapt to the natural conditions of that area to be able to survive there. If you are living in plain area, you find different plants over here. If you go in hilly areas, there you will find different plants growing over there. And if you go in desert areas, there the plants will be different. Why they are different in all areas? Because conditions of plains suit to some plants. यहाँ की जो conditions हैं वो किस some plants they suit to that conditions, and the plants that grow in desert areas, their conditions they are suitable to some plants. जैसे cactus it cannot grow in plain areas, it receives very little rainfall or it can grow in dry area. So here it is, and हमारे area में तो हम ज़्यादा rainfall receive करते हैं तो dry area तो होता ही नहीं, so that is why it is not able to grow over here. So the plants that are growing in mountain areas they receive very much of the rainfall, so they can grow well over there only. So they cannot, हम उसको अगर desert area में grow कर दें तो वो grow नहीं कर सकेंगे because desert area में rainfall कम है, mountain area में ज़्यादा है. So different areas have different types of plants. जिस area में भी आप जाओगे तो आपको different उस environment के according वहाँ पे जो plants हैं आपको मिलेंगे. We find different kinds of plants in different areas because plants need to adapt to the natural conditions. Adapt means to adjust. जिस environment को वो adjust कर सकते हैं उसी environment में वो grow करते हैं. That is adapt. They need to adapt to the conditions of that area. Adjust. Adapt to the natural conditions of that area to be able to survive there. For example, you will not find a coconut tree in the desert because a desert receives very little rainfall. Let us now study the features of plants found on land. You see coconut tree near the seashores where there is a lot of water that is available to the plant. If you grow that coconut tree in desert area, will it grow over there? we know it will not grow over there because desert area it receives very little rainfall, but coconut tree it requires a lot of rainfall. So this is what adaptation is कि कोकोनट एरिया कोकोनट ट्री है जो वो सी शोर एरिया की ही एनवायरनमेंट को अडेप्ट करता है, वो डेजर्ट एरिया के एनवायरनमेंट को अडेप्ट नहीं करता. सो इट विल नॉट बी एबल टू सूट दैट एनवायरनमेंट. So this is why the plants they grow in different areas.